All right, so now I want to kind of do a quick rundown of some P320s that are non 9 millimeter. So this is one of my 40, well, the only 40 Smith and Wesson that I have. This is the one I finished it up yesterday, and I went to the gun shop. I actually ordered a brand new FCU for this one yesterday after having the parts for about 6 or 7 months. The only thing I needed was an FCU, and I finally got one yesterday. And but as you can see, this build here wasn't all that expensive. I mean, take for instance the slide. You can get this slide from Sig off the Sig website for $250. That's including the sights, night sights, and the internals. Now, if you take a slide like this one here, this slide ran me almost $500. That's not including the internals and sights. So I still had to buy the sights and the internals. But the frame on here ran about $30. Now I already had all this stuff from from leftover parts from doing another build, but that's kind of the reason why I decided to do a 40 Smith and Wesson anyways. I just happened to have a lot of parts laying around to build another gun, and I just ended up really just buying another FCU and then just sort of just finishing it up. But so far I've only put one magazine through this, and it functioned really good. Just one magazine. Of course I'm going to shoot it more. I got I got like a big, I don't know, a big collection of 40 Smith and Wesson ammo just sitting around, not being shot, not being used. So next time I go to the range, this one is definitely going to go with me, and it's definitely going to get fired a couple hundred rounds for sure. So that's my 40 Smith and Wesson compact P320. Kind of a budget build altogether, though. So really great gun, so far. My 10 millimeter X10, of course, this one came out in about May of 2022. I bought it as soon as it was released, and so far, mine has been great. Some people said that they had issues with theirs, with their magazines and stuff. I have not. I've probably got about 500, over 500 rounds through this gun, and the upgrades I've made was, of course, you can see there I got the Swamp Fox red dot, Surefire X300 turbo, gas pedal. Gas pedal is always a good addition to any of these P320, especially if you're more powerful than 9 millimeter. But so far mine has been great. I haven't had any issues with it. Now, when I first got it, it needed a break-in. I had like 2 malfunctions during the very first magazine that I shot out of it, but after that, 0 malfunctions. I have not tried anything over 180 grain bullets though, so I think the biggest bullet that I've tried, that right there, that's a 180 grain bullet that I have in there right now. So nothing in the chamber on any of these. So, but yeah, my X10 has been great so far, but I haven't made any upgrades internally. It's just the trigger stock, the springs are stock, everything else is just bone stock, just a bone stock X10. But my 357 Sig, definitely the most expensive one that I put together. I have about close to $2,800 in this gun. I did a video, breaking it down, all the parts and what I paid for everything. 357 Sig is just my absolute favorite caliber. As you can see there, 357 Sig. If you want a custom slide for a 40 or a 357 Sig, your only choice is Norso. They do make, like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 different styles of slides. I think it's like 3, just for the 357 Sig and 40. So, but yeah, the trigger on here, I actually switched out the trigger to a black trigger. I actually no, I take that back. I take that back. I actually didn't switch the trigger. I actually bought the FCU. The FCU that I got in yesterday is actually in here. I actually switched them out. This is actually the new FCU. That's actually the older FCU. So yeah, that's what I did. I switched out the FCUs because I wanted the black trigger on this one. This one had that tan looking trigger that comes with the Custom Works FCU. But yeah, 357 Sig, you know, all around great caliber. It's a, you know, very fast round. I still need to do an upgrade to this trigger. I had it upgraded, but I switched to FCUs, and now the upgrade is in that trigger. But yeah, the upgrade that I made was the trigger spring, the reset spring, to give the gun a better reset. But so far, this gun I've probably fired, I'm gonna say 300 to 400 rounds. Now, if you know anything about the 357 Sig caliber, it's an expensive round, and I don't run across 357 Sig very often. So when I do run across it, I buy it. Now, I do have some in my ammo collection now, but the 357 Sig, let me just show you here. It's less prone to feeding malfunctions because the design of the round. You can see it has a bottleneck design round, so that's going to make it, you know, sort of easier to feed this round over something like 10 millimeter or 9 millimeter or 40. It's just a lot less prone to having malfunctions. Not that I've had any issues with malfunction on any of these, but you know, it's just, I mean, overall, it's just, in my opinion, it's just a great round. It's overall, it's faster than 10 millimeter. Now, 10 millimeter is overall a, you know, on average, a bigger round, but yeah, and for some reason too, even though I have this metal frame and stuff on it, 357 Sig is snappier. It's snappier than 10 millimeter. So I can shoot this with a 140 grain bullet in and shoot this one with a 180 grain bullet in. This one has more recoil. I actually shot these side by side, and the 357 Sig has more recoil. It's just a very snappy round, and it takes some getting used to if you're going to fire a lot of 357 Sig ammo. It's just, but yeah, I just want to kind of give a rundown of my non 9mm Sig P320s. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, the P320 is available in more calibers besides 9mm. You know, all you ever see is 9mm. But they do make a 45. I'm not sure if they still make them, but you can still find them on sale, you know, like gun shops and online and stuff like that. I do plan to get one in the future, but I want to get the full size 45 caliber. But yeah, anyway, that's a rundown of my non 9mm Sig P320s. Thanks for watching.